Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Anthony, here to give you guys another video, a kind of update as the title suggests on this video. And we're going to be talking about the new Bruce Willis film, Survive the Game, later on because I have some thoughts about that one. But first, I just want to talk to you guys about a little update on the channel and what's going on with me right now. Because I know if you follow me on Twitter that I said that I was going to be reviewing a horror movie every day of the month. That was a task that I thought I was going to be able to do. I was going to pre-record a couple of videos beforehand and then just post them out. That was going to be easy. But you know, that was very ambitious of me, and it kind of, you know, real life kind of caught up with me. So I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to scale back a little. I am still going to be doing 31 Days of Halloween. It's just not going to be every day. So there's going to be a couple of movie reviews that coming up that I'm just going to put 31 Days of Halloween on them, but they may not be the movies that I initially said I was going to review. Just, you know, a lot of life stuff going on, planning a vacation to Universal Studios Hollywood, and you know, I just thought that I can do a whole bunch of things at once, but you know, I gotta slow down. But let's get into what you really came for. You came for me talking about the new Bruce Willis film, Survive the Game. This has to be probably, what, the 5th or 4th Bruce Willis film of 2021. I mean, the guy's on a roll, but not the good kind of roll. So I'm not gonna even look at my computer for this synopsis, because if you've seen a Bruce Willis film in 2021, then you pretty much know how this one's going to go. Bruce Willis is in this film. He shoots a couple of people, he says a couple of one-liners, and then the movie's over. And this one's kind of funny because there was a movie that came out last year that was called Survive the Night. And it coincidentally had Chad Michael Murray, who is also in this movie called Survive the Game. So do Bruce Willis and Chad Michael Murray have some kind of contract where they're going to star in movies together, but they have to have Survive in the title? It's just a really funny thing that I thought. And there's also another character in here that was in the last movie that I reviewed, or one of the last movies I reviewed of Bruce Willis. That was called Out of Death. And the villain in that film is in this film playing the villain in like the same villain. So I don't know if there's like a universal crossover, the Bruce Willis universe is coming. I don't know. The biggest thing I want to talk about is Bruce Willis's partner in this film is pretty much Nathan Drake. If you ever played the Uncharted series and you think that Nathan Drake is like the most superhuman person, jumping off ledges, you know, hanging onto cliffs with his bare hands. And Bruce Willis's partner in this film is no different, because he's like choking people and doing like instant kill, like neck breaks and stuff that I don't think you can really do in real life. I think it's gonna be really hard to break somebody's neck in real life, especially if you're not as like, you know, a big giant muscly man like the Hulk. But I guess I should talk about the story of this film. If I knew the story, I would tell you guys, because what they gave us, I just don't even know where to start. I think the story is that there is a villain in here that is the son of a villain that Bruce Willis's character was trying to follow for years. And then now his son's taking over the stuff, and now Bruce Willis gets captured, and so the partner is trying to save that person. And then there's Chad Michael Murray, who is on a farm where everything takes place on his farm. And he wants to not leave the farm and, I don't know, call the cops so that he can get help. And that's one of the biggest problems I have with this film, is because there's a very simple out to this film. This film could end in any moment if people just say, you know what? I'm just gonna run away from the bad guys because they can't find me in this movie, and just go to my neighbor or the next town down the road and call the cops so the cops can come to this place and, you know, help everybody. But there's literally a line in here where Chad Michael Murray asks one of the cops if you have a cell phone. And the cop literally replies, "I don't have use for those things." What are you talking about? And I guess that's just one way to just, you know, shut the audience up and say like, no guys, we're not gonna call the cops. I know you're thinking it, but we have an answer. We don't have use for cell phones. That's right. At this point, after watching this performance by Bruce Willis, I'm kind of concerned for the guy, because there's literally moments in this movie where he's just sitting in a chair. He's supposed to have a gunshot wound. He's not playing it off at all. He's not really, sometimes he'll remember he has a gunshot wound, and then he'll just go, he shot me. And then people are just like, yeah, we already know, you said that 4 times. He'll literally say that. But I think they just gave Bruce Willis the green light to just say whatever he wants, you know, just pretty much ad-lib everything that's going on in this movie, because the stuff that he says kind of doesn't make sense most of the time. He'll just be sitting there and he'll say, I'm gonna kill you. Totally out of context. People are literally talking about something else, about like some kind of drug ring that they're going to do, or some kind of like grocery list they're talking about, and he just says, I'm gonna kill you when I get out of here. And I want to say this as well. I know that lately, since I've been doing a lot of these Bruce Willis movies reviews, some of the people from the movies have been commenting and watching these videos, and I just want to say I have nothing against you guys. I am not at any way saying that you guys suck at your job. I know that making a movie is incredibly hard, and I just want to say that, you know, keep on doing what you do. I know you're going to go somewhere far, but just for me, just a random person that's a dude on YouTube that has less than 1,000 subscribers, just saying that, you know, I didn't really enjoy this movie, and it's not end of the world. I'm sure there's somebody out there that really enjoyed this movie, but for me, I just think right now that Bruce Willis needs to stop being in movies. But guys, let me know what you think of Survive the Game in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think that there's something wrong with Bruce Willis? I sure do, but let me know in the comments down below. But guys, don't forget to check out my Twitter so you can stay up to date with my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers. It's kind of weird that it's almost here. It's almost here, guys. And remember, guys, keep watching movies.